London Fashion Week showed us that this is a city filled with creativity. And my view is that this is because the city is a cultural melting pot with such diverse cultural inspirations being evidenced in the fashions offered. We're seeing the perfect blend of diasporic influences with Britishness, with great examples being showcased by Lebrum, who presented West African inspired designs infused with British tailoring. The collection being called Osmosis was a clever way to communicate the merging of imported cultures. Depetza brought Greek goddesses at sea to the city. Alawalia presented Geles on the runway for the collection called Affinity, which is a reflection of how love is expressed, celebrated, and remembered across cultures and generations. Concepts of love and romanticism were expressed in so many collections, from Dreaming Eli to Erdem, which was one of my favourite collections. The modern take on 18th century fashions is something that I could really get into. And watching a lot of these shows felt like I was in a time machine, from the 18th century all the way to the 20th century, where we saw 1960s fashion by Burberry, Paul Costello, and then we went into the 70s with Ashish and Connor Ives that also took us to the 80s with a collection inspired by pop through the ages. There were so many theatrical moments, not just in the avant-garde nature of the fashions and the presentations from Harris Reed to Dilara Findikoglu, but also in presenting fashion through movement, which we saw with Ashish with the dancers on the runway. My key takeaway across many of the collections that we really saw how fashion is not just a form of self-expression, but can also be used as a form of resistance. The emerging talent in London is really something, and it was great to see Naomi Campbell show her support for Richard Quinn, Dilara Findikoglu, and also Tolu Coker. A lot of the trends I already explored in the New York Fashion Week debrief were also seen across London Fashion Week shows, but one wearable trend that I'm taking from London Fashion Week that I'm definitely going to participate in are reversed collars, which we saw from Tove, Amelia Wickstead, and Kent and Cohen. London, you really didn't disappoint this season.